this on episode 19, in which we discuss Love and Hip Hop, season 5, episode 1. Now, I'm Chris Lorenz, the host. Sitting to my left is
Robert Kitts.
Sitting to his left,
Harrison Hoffman.
Sitting to his left,
Maxwell Moore.
Yep.
All right, so this show was
He's a rapper.
was real bananas. It was not. It was like I don't understand what was going on in the entire time, but it was just people being bananas.
I completely disagree. I think did we watch like the first episode of a season?
Yes.
Yeah, it's the first episode of a season, but it was not the first New York season, I think. So there were some kind of carried over characters and plot lines.
So I think they did a good line of introducing what happened previously for those of us just diving in. I think among the shows that we've just, entered 5 seasons late, this did a pretty okay job of, what's some previous genre that's happened.
Yeah, like coming into this show, I didn't know a lot about the show, and I thought maybe just every season was like a new cast of people, looking for love and hip hop. And
That is not the show at all.
that is not the show at all, because the first 5 minutes was here's what happened last season with the same people, and I'm like, what does this mean? But thank goodness they had that.
Well, I think that some of the seasons are in different places, because I know I was watching one season, it was in Atlanta, and there was another season that was in LA or something.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't think they did a great job. There's 15 people on the show, and they went over 1, 2 people, 3 people probably.
It was also really complicated because they are all banging each other and having babies with each other, and it was.
And they all kind of look the same, just big boobs.
Wow.
All out there.
Chris, you're going into dangerous territory with this.
There's white people on the show.
Sure.
So anyway, should we read the description of the show?
Go for it.
Hold on a
Max.
sec. VH1's highest-rated docuseries, Love and Hip Hop, is taking another bite out of the Big Apple and is back for season 5. Period. No space. Equipped with our core cast as well as some new faces, Love and Hip Hop follows the stories of the heartache, successes, and failures of the lives of New York City's hip-hop scene.
That's accurate. I think that's accurate.
Yup.
So based on my limited research, this one is just Love and Hip Hop, which is original recipe Love and Hip Hop, and the first one was in New York, and then Atlanta is a spin-off.
Got it. So there's been 5 seasons of New York.
Yeah, so Atlanta is the David Caruso Love and Hip Hop.
Okay.
And this is the Las Vegas version.
Got it. Interesting.
So they didn't really do a good job of explaining who the guys were and who was actually part of the hip hop scene. I have little idea except for maybe 1 or 2 of them.
It's unclear if
that's
any of them
fair.
are part of the hip hop scene.
Well, it seems like there's it's kind of a mix of artists and producers. It seems like there's a bunch of the guys who are producers as well.
Well, Cisco is definitely a part of the hip-hop scene.
Cisco?
Yeah,
Thong Song?
exactly. Also in the networking biz.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you give us a little sample of that, Max?
The networking biz?
Sure.
TCP/IP.
Uh-oh.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Yeah. Yes, it's definitely a combination because there was one of the people who's a producer because when he was trying to explain what he did, he said, I'd just be making the records and they'd be winning Grammys and shit.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really cool thing to say.
That was the only guy that they explained what he did.
Yeah.
Except for the one guy's in jail, or was in jail.
You mean Mendices?
Yeah. He was he felt like he was the star of the show. He glued everyone together somehow. Everyone knew him from somewhere.
It seemed like everyone knew Rich. Rich seemed to be the one who was really joining all the different worlds together.
Well, Rich joined the pimp with Mendices, but the pimp was already there for Mendices' thing.
So,
his getting out of jail party.
side
bail.
note, I'm looking at the cast name, and it also has their last names. Any guesses as to what Rich's last name is?
Voss? Oh wait, no, it's somebody else.
Something that has a Z in it.
You are correct.
I have no idea. I have no...
Flippers?
Rich Dollars.
Rich Dollars!
Oh my god.
Oh, man!
I
Rich
am
Dollars.
so glad you got that. The Z.
Harrison gave me a heads up that everyone on this show has a name with a Z. So.
I guess that's true. There's Rich Dallas and there's somebody Guns.
There's Peter Guns.
Peter Guns.
Well,
with
there
a
was
Z.
like a queer as there was something with a Q, like
That
in
was
LA.
That was Diamond Strawberry's sister.
Yeah.
So
Diamond
So
Strawberry.
one of the characters, one of the people on this show
The characters is
is
fine.
Diamond Strawberry, who is apparently Darryl Strawberry, the baseball player's daughter. Except when you Google Darryl Strawberry, it lists his kids and does not list her.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know what that
man.
means. There's a Jewel Strawberry, but there's no. At
Maybe-
least on the Google, there's no Diamond Strawberry.
So I thought that it was like. So when I first saw it, I thought it was his wife, and like maybe they're separated or something. But I could be wrong there.
She's
I don't-
definitely. Well, I guess I don't know how Darryl Strawberry rolls, but she seems like she's too young to be his wife.
I mean,
Ex-wife.
maybe Diamond Strawberry is just Jewel Strawberry's stripper name.
That's definitely possible. I tried to find out more about Jewel Strawberry. There was not a lot.
Is Darryl Strawberry still alive?
Yes, he is.
Darryl Strawberry's alive. Okay.
He's had a lot of drug issues, so it wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprising if he died, but he's still alive.
Yeah, I do remember the drug issues.
And apparently he found Jesus at some point.
Okay. I remember that episode of The Simpsons that Darryl Strawberry was in. Remember that one?
I do.
Yeah.
It was a good one.
That was great.
Yeah, Marge versus the monorail.
Sure.
Is that Marge versus yeah, it was Marge versus the monorail.
It is definitely not.
It was the one with the baseball, like the whole baseball team. They like Ken Griffey Jr. and Darryl Strawberry and all those people. Right.
I was going to make another Simpsons joke, and I just blanked.
Oh no.
Max only has one Simpsons joke. He fired his one bullet and he's done.
All right, so Diamond crazy leaves her daughter to go to New York City for this guy that clearly has other girls in New York City, and is just like setting herself up for huge failure.
Yeah, Diamond is all like, we've been dating for a while. It's time to take to the next level. I'm going to move in together. Then they talk to him. He's like, I like that she's out in L.A. I can just see her when I want because I got a lot of other stuff going on. You know, when I'm in New York, I'm the king.
Yeah, he definitely likes his long distance situation with Diamond. You know, yeah, and like you can tell that he's like she's his LA girl, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was pretty obvious how the show put it, and I'm pretty sure she had to know, unless she was blind.
I mean, you know, she's out in LA. She doesn't know what's going on in New York. It's kind of hard, maybe.
Love does crazy things, Chris.
I mean, love is blind, right?
That's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's like lesbian couple, which is also kind of weird for this kind of a show, because it's generally just all about like a wife and like their relationship. Now there's two of them that are together. I don't know. It creates, because the guys really aren't usually a staple for these kind of shows. I don't know if it's just weird for me. I don't know.
Hey, man, what's weird about it? I don't want to put you in the spotlight or anything.
I'm just saying it's weird for these kind of shows, not necessarily.
Yeah, no,
weird
that's
in
fair.
real life.
That's fair.
Well, it seems like there's definitely a love triangle thing with Rich going on with them. That
And Lil Bow Wow, who apparently is no longer Lil, he's just Bow Wow.
I like read like a brief clip in
a little clip.
a little clip in the summary, and apparently, what's her name is like engaged to Bow Wow or something.
So it's Sin and Erica?
I think that's right.
So is Erica the? Yeah, so she's the one who came in, and the what girl with the shaved head was freaking out on her. The pimp, yeah.
So which one is it engaged to Bow Wow?
I don't know. Max, can you flip back to that page whenever you can?
This one? The one I'm on?
No, the one that had the full description on it. But yeah, like I definitely saw something about.
I'm wondering if anyone in this show is truthful to anyone else. I feel like they're like, I love you,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go fuck that guy like tomorrow. Like I already have plans.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay, it says, will Erica let her exes get the best of her, or has she finally found peace in her life and true love with her new fiance, Bow Wow?
Like it's a question mark if she's got love with her fiance or someone else.
No, it is with her new fiance, Bow Wow.
So is Bow Wow going to be in the show more later in the season?
Probably.
Oh man,
There was no next dawn with Bow Wow.
Is
though.
this
I feel like
VH
you would do that.
Is this VH1's response to Kanye West showing up on Keeping Up with the Kardashians? And all they could come up with, come up with,
you okay there, Max?
I'm doing great, is Bow Wow.
You can do worse than Bow Wow.
Could you?
I assume you could.
Max, how do you know that Kanye was on that show? Was that your secret show? Do you watch that?
It's on at the gym a lot.
Does anyone want to guess what Rich Dolla's record label is?
Dollar Bills.
Just a guess.
Dollar bills.
Oh, that's an even better guess. It's Dollars Unlimited.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's a solid name.
It should have been Unlimited Dollars. Like,
It should be a Z in the unlimited.
Unlimited Dollars.
Let's talk about Peter Guns for a little bit.
We definitely got to talk about Peter Guns.
This is a poor man. Poor man. He's such an asshole. There's 8 kids with all from different wives.
8 kids.
8 kids.
So
So many guns.
I'm gonna put it out there. I don't think they were all wives.
Well, I meant like different people, and 2 of them came from the same person.
Different biddies. What you
Different
say?
biddies. Yeah.
hold on.
He's got
They're a
babies.
step above biddies. They're baby mamas.
Your mom's.
Fair point.
Respect where it's due.
Respect.
He's got fetuses in different area codes, I think.
Yeah. So in the show, Peter Guns, and which one is Peter Guns with?
I want to say Amelia.
Who knows?
Amelia. That's right. Or I might be pronouncing that wrong. They go to the obstetrician to get a ultrasound of her baby with Peter Guns, and she's like, "Oh, this is like so magical. It's the first time doing this." He's like, "Yeah, well, I guess this is number 8."
Yeah. And she's like, hey, you got to make sure you're ready because this is really going to, like, once this baby comes, everything's going to be different. He's just like, different
damn
day,
it.
same shit.
God damn it.
Looks like this is about to be an 8th gun in the world. I think he said that.
He did say
He
something
did
like
say
that.
something like
and I
that.
didn't realize his last name was Guns when he said that, and I was real confused.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, so was I. I thought it was like boys. He has like 8 boys. He's just,
Sure.
like, call him Guns.
Apparently, Amina's last name is Buddafly. Butterfly.
Butterfly.
These have to be stage names. These aren't real
Right.
last names.
Obviously, that guy's
His
real last
name
name
isn't
isn't
Dollars.
Guns with the Z.
I could see those guys literally changing their last names to those things, though.
It's just too much work.
So anyway, yeah, Peter Guns is with this new girl working on his 8th baby, and then he goes, hangs out with his last boo,
Last squeeze.
who had 2 of his babies. He's like, "Yo, let's make out." She's like, "No." She pushes away. What a guy.
Yeah, he's like, hey, it's really important to me that my new daughter knows my other 2 sons. What do you
Also,
think?
let's make out.
Also, let's make out real quick.
Well, maybe the makeout was just a way to break down the walls so that, she'd be more open to the sons and daughters hanging out together.
Yep.
'Cause nothing says, let's have our families mix like just a random makeout.
Yeah? Just to make it even more awkward.
They will definitely get back together this season. That is something that's going to happen.
Do you think they'll have a 3-way with Bow Wow?
Not with Bow Wow.
Not with Bow Wow.
But I feel like those 2 girls might have.
How about Mendices?
Mendices is possible.
Is Mendices a straight stage name?
No, that's
Yeah, I think
his
that's
name.
probably his real name. Like, it's not weird enough to be like a stage name, I think.
It's not Rich Dollars.
Yeah.
I think it's totally weird enough to be a stage name. I'm just making things up.
do you think that Rich Dollars, like, do you think his first name is Rich or his last name is Dollars, or did he just, like, make up both?
You definitely make up both.
Possible.
Or, like, was his just name, like, Rich all the time, and someone was like, yo, I'm Rich. Dollars.
I guess it could have happened. I don't know.
Is he like in stand-up doing poor jokes there?
Yeah, exactly.
I put it at like 20% chance that his name was Rich.
It's pretty high.
That's reasonable.
This is a reasonable.
So, yeah, should we talk about the story of Mendices Harris right now?
Oh, we
Oh,
should.
yeah.
So, Mendices was in jail for being part of some kind of heroin ring.
That was not described in the show.
Not described in the show, but we did some outside research.
Was he the leader of the ring, or was he just like involved?
It was
in
him and his brother and like another person who were involved with it. And they're all in jail. So yeah, he was in some kind of heroin ring, and his bail got set at like $600,000 or something. And his girl put up the money to get him out of jail. So in this episode, she goes and picks him up, and he is like out of jail, and I don't really like. He has a son with her, but it doesn't seem like he's living with them, so I don't really know what's going on there.
I mean, he's gotta have time for his other biddies.
That's true, but so seems like he's not living with her, and then at some point, she sets up this whole thing where she brings her son to the park, and the Mendices comes and surprises the kid, and the kid's super happy, and then like almost immediately they leave the kid behind in New York City and go to Vegas
to get surprise married. Like they're rolling down the strip in a Rolls Royce, and she goes from
Excuse me, that was a Rolls Royce.
Rolls Royce, and she goes from "Oh man, I love Vegas so much" to him saying, "Hey, we're at this chapel. Let's get married right now," and her looking super like
Nuh-uh.
not into the situation at all.
Yeah.
I mean, he's about to go to jail for a very long time. It's a great show for her to say that, hey, I'll be with you forever. But then again, he's in jail not earning any money, and she's just like outside being married to this guy.
He's not earning those royalty checks while he's in jail?
Doubtful.
Yeah.
From the great Mendices rap career?
I don't know who that
Yeah,
is.
can you collect like salary when you're in jail? Like, how does that work? Or like, can you collect royalties? I guess you probably can, right?
Probably.
I don't see why you wouldn't.
I think you can. I guess I don't really know the intricacies of going to jail that well.
Well, I know in the game Monopoly, I don't think that you can collect rent while you're in jail.
No, you definitely can.
You can?
You can.
You collect
Oh,
rent,
definitely.
so you're just hiding out in jail collecting rent.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. I was unclear on that rule for Monopoly.
So it's all if you mortgage your property, not about whether you're in jail or not.
Sure. So they're in Vegas, and they go to this chapel, and she's totally not into it. Like, just you can tell that she doesn't want any part of this situation. Like, she probably likes the guy, but this kind of surprise marriage is not going over well.
So do you think she's having second thoughts but actually marrying him, or is she just like she wants something more like with her kid there and other people there and more planned? She doesn't want like this quick Vegas thing.
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
I mean, how long does he have out on bail?
That's a really good question. Like, because she seems to act like there's nothing from anything she does to make you think he's ever going back to jail. It's like he's out, great, he's back in our life, we're good to go. But I assume that that's not how bail works. Like, usually you have to go back to jail at some point.
You have to go to court.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, you're on bail before your trial, and then if you get convicted, you got to serve the time.
Well, I'm
Or
assuming
whatever
they have
penalty.
some really good lawyers if they can afford that kind of bail.
Those VH1 lawyers.
How much do you think that do you think she gets paid enough for this season to cover the bail money? Like, she's only up for a third of it.
So
what was the bail? $200K?
It was
Yeah.
$600K, but
Whoa.
if he doesn't go to court, she owes $200K.
200.
One person on the show is not rolling in $200K.
Yeah,
These shows are meant to be cheap.
yeah. Like, I'd be surprised if she was getting paid $200K from VH1 for this, but she may have been able to kind of roll her fame into other revenue streams.
That was a pretty ballin' party she threw for him.
That is true. Yeah.
True.
Is she pimping? Is she rolling in the pimp game
Nope.
too?
That one woman was definitely pimping.
What was the name of the pimp?
Can't remember the name of the pimp.
Max, can you look up the name of the pimp?
Sorry.
Oh man! I just saw that headline you just pulled up.
I was just Googling Rich Dollars, and I pull up a TMZ article. Rich Dollars arrested during illegal burger run.
What? Like before we read that article, can we speculate on what an illegal burger run would be?
It's when you take your car and you smash through some cows.
And you try to make hamburgers out of them with your car.
No, they're just calling that a burger run because it's TMZ.
Okay.
So I'm going to say he had his driving license suspended and wasn't allowed to drive. And it just happened to be he was on his way for burgers when they caught him.
That seems pretty reasonable. I think maybe he was just really drunk when he was trying to go through the drive-thru.
I think I'm right.
It's so much less exciting.
Okay.
He double parked in front of the Edgewater, New Jersey police station. Edgewater, New Jersey, home to the Mitsuwa Japanese market and a great movie theater.
Okay.
Thank you,
So-
Max,
so what do the
for your
burgers
random
have
New
do with
Jersey
that?
tidbit.
So he double parked a cop car to go get a burger.
No, this was double parked outside the police station.
Yeah, so not a cop car, but just
maybe a cop
okay.
car.
So like he double parked outside of a police station, then went to go get a burger,
Went to Five Guys specifically.
and then he got arrested for that.
He also had a warrant out for his arrest.
Sure, for
Turns
what?
out the 43-year-old music exec owes $11K in child support.
Wow,
Not shocking.
man, this is
Yep. Less exciting than originally anticipated.
Well, obviously the headline, it's TMZ.
it'd be a really fun job to write headlines for TMZ. Like that'd be a fun job, I think.
I think my dream job is coming up with portmanteaus for Pokemon names.
Do you have one for us real quick? Or
Nope.
Okay.
I feel like you'd have to design them too. I don't think you just come up with a name.
Well, no, I mean, they design them in Japan, and then they send them over to the U.S., and they say, okay, you got to come up with a English name for this.
But I'm sure they give like, this is what we were going for in Japanese, and then usually kind of come up with the English name based on that.
Sure.
I don't think it's like, look at this picture and then come up with the name.
German for Butterfree is Smetbo.
Thank you, Max.
How do you know that?
It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Max spent a crazy week with a German woman once.
Just played a whole lot of Pokemon.
In German?
In German.
Was the German like faster so you get a faster speed run? Is that?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the pimp's name.
Do we know the
figure
pimp's name, Max?
There's a pimp in this show? Oh, no. Wait, what?
Yeah, the one woman with the shaved head. Remember?
that? She's totally a pimp.
Oh, Chrissy Monroe.
Chrissy.
Chrissy. She had some insane earrings in those interview segments. They were like
Concentric spiral
squares. Yeah, that was amazing.
So let's start with why was her hair so different in the interview segments and all the other segments?
Yeah, it seems like they just shot that it was either a wig or they shot it just just like at the end of the season and they just did all the interviews, right?
Yeah, I think it's a wig.
I think it's a wig.
I think she's CGI Andy Serkis.
Could be.
Jar Jar Chrissy.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't think there's a budget in the show for that.
If they can pay that lady $200K for bail, they can get Andy Serkis.
I mean, it's $200K for a whole season. It's like 20 episodes. That's
Fair.
not a lot
Fair.
for like a whole season of TV.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what was going on with this woman. It was, she kept on saying how she was always rolling with the baddest bitches that this city's ever seen. Like she kept on saying stuff like that, and I'm like, what is she talking about? Like, I didn't understand what was happening for a while.
I mean, that was clearly saying she was a pimp. Like,
It wasn't clear at first. It took a little bit of time to get there.
I thought it was pretty clear.
When she was first saying it, I thought that she just went out to parties and clubbing
posse.
with some bad bitches, right?
No, she was definitely saying she rolled up to these clubs with the hottest girls as like escorts.
What is the definition of a bad bitch?
A hot lady?
Hot lady? Not there's no like attitude.
No, there's
aspect
probably
to it.
hot lady that will have sex for money.
There's definitely a put out aspect to that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I
So-
don't think it's necessarily for money, but there's definitely a put out aspect. I would agree.
I don't know if she's rolling in with them. There's going to be some sort of payout for her.
Well, yeah, she's the pimp versus a
Yeah, I
payout
know.
for
That's
her.
what I'm
how that
saying. I don't
works.
think she can just go home with somebody without having like them pay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. But in general, just being bad doesn't mean all that.
Yeah. But if she's rolling with the badass bitches, she's got to get some scratch.
Yeah.
So I've got Urban Dictionary
Oh, okay, here we go.
for bad bitch right now.
Very excited.
Totally mentally gifted and usually also fine as hell. Darcy's a bad bitch. Or
Like Mr. Darcy?
I don't think it's like Mr. Darcy. Female who knows what she wants and knows exactly how to get it. Female who is always ready for anything physically, emotionally, and also intellectually. One who is classy and all about business. There you
A
go.
lot of those sounds like you could be a prostitute.
Ooh, the term bad bitch originated most commonly by music artists to describe females that had a bad attitude but an attractive body. Being a bad bitch does not mean that they have a job, can cook good, clean good, or anything defined above. Don't be fooled by the previous definitions, for they do not define what a bad bitch truly is.
That one seemed legit.
That one seemed legit. That guy or that girl knew what she was. Or he
Was that posted by
talking about.
Mr. Peter Guns?
It was not. But the use it in a sentence is great in that one. Man, I was at the strip club and saw this bad bitch with a fat ass booty and motorboat her tits. Great. All right.
Solid.
The best one of the best things ever invented is the random button on the Urban Dictionary app. You hit that
yes.
all day. Just random Urban Dictionary.
So with your spare time, you don't do random Wikipedia articles.
Side note: random.
They're just not as
WikiHow
interesting.
is-
What?
WikiHow.
Oh yeah,
Random WikiHow is fantastic.
that's pretty good. I need
There's
to
some
check that
weird
out.
shit out there.
Yeah, like what?
How to be okay with having a communist friend,
It's like step one.
except that other people have different opinions from you. There's also like how to beg your parents for a diary.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit on there.
Is this the new Yahoo Answers?
Yahoo Answers will always be. There is no new or old. It is
Yahoo,
immortal.
Yahoo
is.
Answers is the new Yahoo
It
Answers.
is eternal.
With Yahoo Answers, I feel like when you're searching for an answer to like a really obscure question, there's always this decision point where you see that there aren't really any other pages that kind of talk about the thing you're searching for, but there's a Yahoo Answers thing. And you're like, shit. Like, do I believe what this thing
If
says?
Yahoo Answers comes up on my search results, I will definitely click on it.
Yeah.
I know it's 90% probably false, but generally funny, so I will click on that first.
It's a dilemma.
I don't think it's a
Certainly is.
dilemma. I think you just click on it and you roll with it.
Yeah, but do you believe it?
Depends. Depends on the answer you were looking for. If not,
I've totally done that before. It's like I'm having like an argument with someone, and I like search something, and I find a Yahoo Answer thing that like supports my argument. Like, oh, see, like it's totally
yeah, that sounds legit.
yeah.
Just like 2 weeks ago when I brought up the Huffington Post, and you were like, "No, it's a terrible source. Can't use that."
Yeah, that is true though.
And you're using Yahoo Answers as your source.
I mean, they'll just let any dude off the street write for Huffington Post.
They'll let any toddler write for Yahoo Answers, so
Sure,
at least it's proper English in Huffington Post.
sometimes.
So, speaking of last week, are we enforcing a ban on TLC?
Yeah. Oh, I just tried to talk to my beer bottle instead of the microphone. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This is
We
not
gotta
great.
Take the beer bottle away at that point?
No, I think I got it. Yeah, we talked about this last week. We're, still upset about the Breaking Amish situation.
I mean, I think we should impose a ban for at least a little while.
I mean,
Sure,
there's
sure.
definitely a temporary TLC ban until I see something amazing that's on there again.
No.
TLC is banned until we see a show we want to do, and then they're unbanned.
Yeah.
TLC has like the worst shows.
I don't know. They've
Hey,
had a couple pretty strong shows.
Harrison and I are going to go to bat for 90 Day Fiance. So.
100%.
How real can that be, though?
I don't
If
care.
we've seen Breaking Amish.
We
Stop.
talked about this last week. I don't care.
Stop ruining our fun, Chris. We're trying to have fun.
All right. So back to this show for a second.
Let's talk about Chrissy's current boyfriend, whose name I can't say because it's a racial epithet.
Can you use a euphemism for it?
There is a piece of this Great Wall of China that is missing.
I got nothing.
Oh, God. Yep.
Yep.
So that was the guy who said that he just makes records and gets Grammys or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
it was that guy.
Yeah.
And then it was like they were like she was trying to get him to move in or move in with him. He was like, "No, I'm divorced, man. This takes some time. You know, you got to be patient." And I feel like
separated.
Was he divorced, or was he like,
was
I
getting-
can't do it
he-
till I actually get divorced for
getting
real,
divorced.
which is going to take me another 8 years?
yeah, he definitely wanted to bang other bitches.
Well, whether he was divorced or not, that was the case.
Yeah, I mean, when
Well, I
you're
think
rolling
that
in
he
the
didn't-
dollars.
Well, I think he didn't want to mess up his like divorce settlement by just having another girl.
Well, that's what he said,
Yeah.
but you never really know.
Yeah. I mean, that's true.
So we didn't see a lot of him. We saw Chrissy hang out a lot more with good old Rich Dallas. And like this is back to the whole pimp thing where we weren't I wasn't sure if she was a pimp. And then Rich starts talking about how like her business and her girls are exactly what he needs for his next business venture, and it's like,
Yeah.
wait, because she's a pimp? What?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, then we kind of find out later that he's doing some kind of calendar shoot
Well,
or
it
something.
was for his tequila brand.
It was definitely some sort of alcohol. I don't remember who.
I think it was it was like something vodka.
Is
Something
that
weird.
Is that alcohol distributed by Dollars Unlimited?
How is vodka
Probably.
weird?
Santana
No, it was-
champagne.
It was like
Santana Champ.
I don't know. It was like Girl Scout vodka or something. I don't know. It was
Girl
some-
Scout
Scout vodka?
Girl Scout cookie vodka.
That sounds wrong.
Yeah.
Probably.
I was really bummed out the other day when I was at work. We work in like this open kind of space, and someone had like brought in their daughter to like go around and ask people if they wanted to order Girl Scout cookies. And she was going around like, asking a bunch of people, but she was like super, super shy, and like her mom was kind of having to be like, oh no, like no, it's okay, you can go ask them. And like by the time she was getting like around to me, she was like way too shy, and she just ran away, and I didn't get to ordering Girl Scout cookies.
Oh no.
You can order them online now.
I know, but like I'm probably not gonna do that, but I would have ordered some from that girl. I don't know.
You don't want Girl Scout cookies?
I don't know. I was bummed out though.
So you saw her. You're like, she's what I need for my next business venture.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Didn't say that.
Okay, just check it.
All right. So during this calendar shoot, this definitely was a classic cliche reality show moment where the pimp is there and the pimp's like, I hate Alexa.
Erica.
Erica. Do not bring Erica here. And then Rich Dollars goes, yeah, Eric called me yesterday and she was like, bother me and shit. So I invited her over today. And like, there was clearly they were going to get into it. And it was clearly set up.
Listen, Rich Dollars does what he wants. Okay.
He's rich dollars.
Yeah, but if
Rich
you actually
Dollars.
wanted the pimp's help, you shouldn't be inviting people that she doesn't like.
And then there's like, hey, you better be quick out there because you don't want me coming out there. And if you take too long, I'm going to come out there. And then you're like, she's probably going to come out there.
Yeah, and then they get in this big fight, and then they just both just walk the other way, and nothing's resolved with Rich Dollars at all. It was just clearly set up just to have a fight.
So for that fight, there were like 4 bouncer types who jumped in immediately. Are they with the entourages of Chrissy and Erica, or are they the Love and Hip Hop crew? They're just always there behind the camera for like when the fights break out, just jump in and break it up.
Definitely feel like the latter. I
yeah.
feel like Chrissy's entourage is just her teacup chihuahua.
So they have like Jerry Springer style people
Yeah.
Yeah.
like hanging out with them all the time.
I feel like they're just with the cameras at all times. Like
Is-
if they see each other without cameras, they're probably like, "Hey, what's going on? How's it going?"
Is Jerry Springer still on?
Yeah.
Is that show done?
I think it's still on.
I
think
feel
he's
like
still
it's
alive.
definitely still on.
Is that a show we can do? Can we? That's kind of a reality show.
It's more of a
I-
talk show.
I think it's too fake to.
Think it's too fake.
Yeah.
Is it more fake than Breaking Amish?
Yeah, I'd say so.
What
Okay.
about Maury?
Maury,
I think
Max?
they're all too fake now.
Are you
yeah.
the father?
Steve Harvey show.
You are not the father.
I don't know.
Family
I've
Feud?
never seen Steve Harvey show.
I've never seen the Steve Harvey show.
I've seen his sitcom.
I've seen a lot of Family Feud.
Yeah. L-I-O-N. Lauren.
Yeah.
Best line ever. Is there anything else we missed in the show?
I feel like that was the show.
Yeah, that was a show
So
that you can watch.
where does this place in the all-time reality show that we've watched?
I'm going to put this one as pretty good because as soon as it ended, I was like, I think we might need to watch more of the show.
Yeah, I mean, like I was definitely. It's kind of middle of the pack for me, but at the end of it, I was kind of like I'd watch another episode of this right now. I wasn't like, God, that was terrible. Let's just record the podcast and get it over with. Like, The Apprentice or whatever.
I do not need to watch another episode of this. Like, it's nowhere near the bottom pile of shows. It's not the Celebrity Apprentice, because God, that's bad. It's not Real Housewives of New Jersey, because that's a piece of shit. It was okay.
It's very middle of the road.
So-
Stuff does happen on it, and you do know what is going on.
So we didn't roll up at season 8 or like episode 8 here, so we kind of knew it was they kind of bred us in.
I like that Max's bar is stuff has to happen and we have to know what's going on, and then he gets a thumbs up.
Well, the not knowing what's going on was the core flaw for us with Real Housewives of New Jersey, and the nothing happening was the core flaw with The Apprentice.
Stuff happened in The Apprentice. It just took
For the
2
entire
hours. It just
for
took
the
2
entire
hours.
last hour of the show, they were in the boardroom and nothing happened.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
all right. So the show is bad. It was mildly entertaining, but there's just no point. Nothing, like, things happen, but nothing really happens. Like, it's just these people just following people, not doing anything. It's just pointless. I don't know. But it was mildly entertaining, so that puts it at the middle of the pack, for sure.
I was going through the list of cast members, which also includes other seasons, and there's a cast member named Jen the Pen.
What's Jen the Penn's story?
She made her TV debut on... Hold up. Really far from
Derail
the
the
computer.
podcast.
Made her TV debut on Dame Dash's BET reality competition show, The Ultimate Hustler.
Whoa, should we see that? There's a show called The Ultimate Hustler.
We definitely got to research this a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
So we'll research that one, but next week we'll be traveling to Whistler, BC in Canada. So we decided to do a Canadian reality show. Max, tell us what it is.
Canada's Worst Handyman. Let's talk about the format. In each season, 5 contestants and their nominators arrive at the Handyman Rehabilitation Center. Center is spelled wrong, by the way. Where they partake in a 3-week, 16 filming days over 18 days renovation project there, consisting of challenges that are designed to improve the contestants' handyman skills. Each contestant and nominator pair are assigned color-coded, also spelled wrong, workplaces, and otherwise work separately on their respective projects. Prior to entering the Handyman Rehabilitation Center, each contestant performs a challenge in their own home, to be aired in the first episode. This is colloquially referred to as the Home Challenge.
Great stuff.
So this is spelled British-wise, I'm assuming. Like, center
You
and
could just
color.
say Canadian.
Color.
Color.
Spelled Canadian.
I thought it was British. Also spells it that way.
Well, British
They
also
do.
spells it that way.
I mean, Canada's
That's
Britain.
Probably where they
so-
got it from. So, when we were investigating Canadian reality shows, I was hoping that there was gonna be something like super Canadian, like maple syrup farmer, or lumberjack, whatever.
Battle of the Blades is pretty Canadian.
Yeah,
I was
so,
just gonna say that.
Yeah, so it was between this or Battle of the Blades, which is essentially Dancing with the Stars figure skating edition.
Except all the
Saskatchewan's
stars
next
are hockey
top
players.
Mountie.
Yeah, the stars are hockey players.
So we wouldn't know any of them.
I would know most of them.
So when we watched that little clip, did you know a bunch of them?
I didn't recognize their faces. Once they showed their names, I recognized all of them.
Okay. So maybe we'll do that one too. We'll see.
Oh, a double
Oh,
feature.
maybe.
Buddy.
We'll see.
All right, Max, you got any plugs over there?
You can find me on Twitter at Real Housewives of Regina.
Okay.
It's a long Twitter name. Harrison,
You can find me on Twitter at Harrison Hoffman.
Rob.
You can find me on Twitter at Rob Kitts, and I have a proposal for a post-show discussion.
Okay. All right. Well, you can follow me on Twitter at the Chris Lorenz. You can follow us on Twitter at Who Put This On and Facebook.com/Who Put This On. And Rob, do you want to post show?
So on this podcast before, we've digressed into a little bit of Fast and Furious discussion. And
We sure have.
we just saw the latest Super
Whoa,
Bowl
I have
Furious
not.
7.
You haven't
What?
seen the Furious 7 trailer?
I mean, the original one with the bus.
Yeah, but
No,
what
no,
about
there's a new-
this
what
is
about the
one.
new
We're
one?
talking about the
This is-
Super Bowl
this
spot.
is newish.
I was busy skiing.
Oh man,
Max.
That's
if,
rough.
If there's a Furious 7 thing debuting, you got to schedule around that.
Can we pause the podcast, watch it, and roll back in?
Maybe
Is
we
that
should do-
allowed?
I don't know if that's allowed.
yeah,
Harrison,
no,
you're a tech guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can pause it. So, for those of you listening, pause the podcast right now. Watch it for yourself. Come on back, and we'll talk about it. Oh boy.
That's intense every time you watch it.
We got the max of hot takes, Max.
Speechless.
There's just so much to process there.
There's a lot going on there.
It's always one last ride.
Always one last ride.
But this time, sadly, it really is Paul Walker's last ride.
Yeah.
They definitely
Sad
show.
times.
Wow.
They show Paul Walker's face when Vin Diesel's saying "one last ride," so they're going for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Do you think they're setting up a trilogy here, or is this like Jason Statham's out after this one?
So apparently, who's the guy who directed like 5 and 6 and 7?
Justin Lin.
Or 5 and 6. Yeah, Justin Lin apparently is in talks to do yet another trilogy.
I
think he's out.
I'm actually pretty upset that Justin Lin didn't do this one. I feel like
Although I'm pretty excited by what Justin Lin is doing instead.
what's Justin Lin doing instead?
He is directing some of True Detective season 2.
Oh, is he really?
He is.
Okay. I will forgive his absence from Furious 7.
And Justin Lin's done 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Oh, really? Okay.
Sorry, I'm not really up on my Fast and Furious.
I mean,
You
5 and
guys
6 is really where they shine. But
Yeah. I mean, like, that dude knows how to make an action scene. So I hope that the new guy does too.
I mean, this trailer.
I mean, that car jumping through buildings. Oh my god.
And didn't MythBusters do the whole car parachute thing? Or like you can't get it to land like sideways like they did? I don't know. Doesn't matter.
I have no idea.
Okay. Anyone else?
Well, I think the car thing, I feel like they kind of messed it up because they show the car going out of the first building, then they show the title. I feel like they should have stopped it there. But they show the car actually landing in the other building. I feel like you got to save that for later.
No,
Sure.
I feel like that was good comedic timing.
I'm actually I'm really conflicted when I watch these trailers because a lot of times they have some of the biggest moments of the movie in it. Like
That's true.
When like the Fast 6 trailer had like the tank coming out of that thing and then Vin Diesel's car jumping out of the nose of the plane at the end, and I'm like, those are two amazing like moments in that movie that are kind of ruined by the trailer.
Those are like the top 2 out of 3.
But like, I still lost my mind when it happened in the theater. But you know,
Yeah, but you knew Vin Diesel was coming out of that plane.
yeah, I mean, I did.
Like there was no like.
but it didn't make it any less amazing.
I don't know. Imagine you didn't know he was just driving the car out of the plane in the theater, and
No.
it would have been like
I would have lost
next level.
I would have lost my damn mind.
But just seeing the car come out of the plane at whatever Super Bowl that was, we lost our minds and we were not watching Super Bowl anymore. We were just talking about the Fast 6 trailer.
I guess that's true.
So the Fast 6 marketers were like, mission accomplished with that one.
Yep.
I mean, I guess it did get 2 cracks at the enjoyment of that scene. So
Yeah, I am also conflicted, Harrison. But I don't think there's any way you can not watch a Fast trailer.
I
There's
mean-
just no way.
I mean, if it's out, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, it's one of those movies I will probably skip the next Star Wars trailer, but for Fast, you just got to do it. You gotta roll with it. The whole point of those movies is just be ridiculous, and this trailer is just amazing.
Is there
Yeah.
going to be another trailer? Because it's coming in April. It's not too far away.
I don't think
That's
so.
so close.
I mean,
It's coming, Max. Get
I mean-
excited.
Oh my god.
there'll be a bunch of TV commercials, so it'll probably be all the stuff we've seen just recut. But
Yeah, I would try to avoid the rest. You've seen I mean, maybe not. You've seen probably.
I mean,
the
I'm
best.
I'm kind of upset that I've seen the building to building jump at this point, but it's
we've seen
so
the
great.
car parachuting out of the plane
Yep.
thing. We've seen the building to
I mean,
building
that's
jump.
not.
Which, when I saw both of those for the first time, I lost my mind too. I remember when we were watching the Super Bowl last year, and they had the first trailer, and they were driving those cars out of the plane. It
I
was
wasn't doing the Super Bowl last year.
It
It's more
wasn't?
recent than that.
Was it?
It's definitely more recent than that.
Because there was definitely another. Oh, so the one for the Fast 6
The
trailer
Fast
was in
6
the
one was
Super Bowl
during
2
a
years
Super
ago.
Bowl, yeah.
Yeah.
So the last trailer was not during last Super Bowl, though.
No.
Okay.
It might have been during some other football game.
But I remember seeing that, seeing them driving those cars out of that plane. This is amazing. Yeah.
So did Fast 5 ruin the safe scene?
It was definitely in the trailer a little
Yeah,
bit.
it did. It wasn't super prominent in the trailer, though. I
It
think.
wasn't they're pulling it out of the wall,
I don't think so.
coming out of the plane. Wink.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
No.
All right.
Anyway, that was a great sidebar.
All right, thank you.
Like it.
All right. See you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.